start on Friday with Syracuse Orange, not Orange Men. We've moved past those days. The Orange Persons from Syracuse, they're visiting UNLV, a 6.5 point underdog right now. Total is 58.5.
So no Sluka, no problem for the Rebels. They kicked that greedy a-hole from Worcester, Massachusetts to the curb and brought in Haj Malik Williams, who looks like he is probably better. UNLV has been a monster this year. I also like what he said. Um, he told the guy at Circa, instead of giving the 100K to Sluka, just give it to the offensive line. I like that comment as well. So you can tell this team has just moved on from Mr. Sluka and are just making their push towards the college football playoff. 4-0 against the spread this year with wins over pretty quality opponents in Houston, Kansas, and most recently Fresno State, that drubbing. Listen, Syracuse has been solid. They got Kyle McCord, the former Ohio State transfer, under center. They air it out. They're number 3 in the country in passing yards per game. They had the one slip up against Stanford, but otherwise a pretty unblemished record. This game's going to be, this is contrasting styles. I mean, UNLV is 20th in the country in rushing the ball. Syracuse third in the country in throwing the ball. Syracuse rush defense is pretty suspect. They're 94th in the country in rush D. And while UNLV is 74th in the country in pass D, they do have a pretty veteran secondary. 3 out of 4 starters are returning, so I expect them to improve. And UNLV can get to the quarterback. I mean, they're 10th in the country in sack percentage, so they're going to make McCord uncomfortable. I think they're going to be able to hold them in check. I think they're going to keep on running. I will take them laying the points.
All right, so that's a UNLV minus 6.5 for the second most greedy asshole from Worcester, Massachusetts. I'll go with over 58.5 in this one. I don't know necessarily that a running big favorite is I guess 6.5 is not huge in college football, but to me, I feel like Syracuse in a high passing offense, they're going to try to keep up and try to score as many points as they can. Maybe they're able to get in the back door late with some points, not necessarily to cover the spread, because I'm looking for our all green perfect podcast to continue, but I'll go over 58.5. Big East Ben is taking UNLV minus 6.5.